Welcome to this full moon report of June, the month of June. So we have a full moon in Capricorn tonight at 8:39 p.m. So just in a couple of hours, like in 2 hours, 1 hour. And so what's special about this moon? I will come into that, but first, just the full moon is when the light is at its fullest of the moon, so the sun reflecting in the moon is like full. We could see it as a full bloom. This particular moon is called the strawberry moon, which I find very cute. So maybe it's because it's a bit of a pinkish color, perhaps. It's a bit of a wind here, that's why I'm looking at the door, because it feels like someone is coming in, but it's actually just the wind. And talking about wind, is it a lot of air element with this moon? Yes, it's still a bunch of air, like planets hanging out in Gemini, but it's actually in Capricorn, so the full moon is in an earth sign this time. In general, there is not much earth element going on, but still this is very nice change to have the full moon in Capricorn. This means also that the sun is in Cancer. It's just newly gone in Cancer. It's actually, the sun is in 3 degrees and also the moon is in 3 degrees of Capricorn, Cancer. So this axis of Capricorn Cancer is lit up and is emphasized. And so what does Cancer and Capricorn have to say? Well, Cancer is traditionally ruler of the 4th house. It's the family, it's the original family house, and it's a motherly sign, almost like the divine mother sign. It's a water sign which likes to care for the family. It's a caring sign, a healing sign, healer sign. And also, so the Capricorn on the other side of the spectrum, we could call more of a fatherly sign. And it's the ruler of the 10th house, which is career and the public figure and the role. So we're using father and mother here, but we could also say like more of a yin or a yang, or it's very like the home or the professional public, like these extremities of different things. But are they different, or are they actually, could they be blended together in a harmonious way? We'll see. Anyway, so this is what is lit up during this full moon today. So where in your life are you, do you deal with stress or inner conflicts around like family and the profession, finding a balance, the inner parenting roles, because we have these inner functional parents and inner dysfunctional parents. If we think of ourselves, or the inner child that wants to be creative and wants to run free and do this and that and explore and be curious and just how do you say, like the wild in us, or yeah, this part that is like wild and free-spirited and not hindered or restrained by cultural norms or other norms that we have. How do we parent this child? If this could be a functional parenting within ourselves, we're talking all within ourselves here. So this could be very supportive and caring and okay, you can do that, but that is a bit dangerous, and now you want to play, but there is also responsibilities, and all this play is like Saturn. The planet Saturn stands for the responsibility part, the structure, the time, and so we can find all these inner roles in our lives within the planets, which why I find astrology very fascinating. And so you look at this maybe when today and a couple of days further, maybe even more, where you can parent yourself into like a nurturing relationship with your inner child to make yourself soar, to make yourself fly. Because when you have this urge to discover or do things, or from the soul, when you have a soul calling and something is like nudging you to maybe do something, like it can feel like you're putting something away, you're being stressed, and you're going about the day doing all the housework or the mails that you're supposed to write, or other things, but then actually it's about something else, because either you do, but it doesn't feel like it's done. So there is something else going on here that you wish to tend to, an inner calling. And it doesn't have to be like a life mission, it doesn't have to be big. It can just be a little things, like you really want to pick flowers, you really want to go running or dancing, or do some like paint or art, or just take a little time tonight maybe to just connect with that inner wild child and see what it wants, what that part of you wants. Okay, so a few hours later, I'm continuing this video about the full moon. So I was talking about the wild child, or this to give place for that. And then what this full moon is also really good for is it's because there is a lot of clarity coming in with this full moon. So we have Mercury already gone direct, and it's just this. Normally you don't speak about Capricorn being maybe visionary, but it always has this like top of the mountain vision, you know, he's going to climb all the way up. So it's a really good time to set goals, actually, to set like part-time's goal, because Saturn is the governing planet of Capricorn, and it's a lot about time, about resources, about structures, about like authority and responsibility. And what it really likes, and what it invites us to with Capricorn, is to set some goals and that we are able to achieve. So part goals, or maybe we won't be able to achieve them, but at least that's what it invites us to do, because it's since there is a lot of clarity with this full moon, we could maybe have a like sense of seeing our lives like, wow, okay, I didn't see that before, and just having that clear vision. And so in that moment, see if you can find somewhere where you actually, you know, you wish to go, and this is where you'll go. That's your direction, that's your mountaintop. And then you set like little part goals where you can rest and rejuvenate, like with this tail of the sea goat that you can, like, which is like almost in Cancer, as it is a water sign, that you take care of yourself, you rest, and you see if where you go is still where you're supposed to going, or have you been like off-road a bit, or so you just like make a little check, rest, and then you go to the next part goal. So that's a good time for this full moon as well, to set some new goals and make it achieve them. So yeah, I think that's it for this full moon. I really hope so. If you You can check also in your personal chart where Cancer and Capricorn is in what houses. Check where 3 degrees of Capricorn is to find what house this is really for you. This will like influence in your personal chart. So I will just draw a card also. That's the last thing. I've chosen these cards today, the Herb Crafters Tarot. Let's see what they say. I saw that I've put on automatic like zooming. I will have to not do that next time. See if I can change in the middle of everything. Yeah. Okay, so now it's not zooming anymore. Typically when I draw a card, but okay, so let's see what we can have for this full moon from the Herb Crafters Tarot. Okay, so we have Strength card, a major arcana card, and this one is Garlic. So the Strength card often speaks of inner strength, and yeah, the garlic gives a lot of, it's like good for the immunity system. And let's see what the other one, Ace of Air. So we have, it feels like this moon is a good time to clear the mental space, which it will do. It's a really good moon for that, clear the mental space. But it's really important to have this inner strength of the heart with you along the way, so you don't just like, oh now I see clearly and I'm just going to go for that because that seems so like rationally good. But if you don't have the emotions with you, if you don't have your heart with you, then it won't be infused by the emotions. That's what I think I spoke about, that, you know, the Cancer is generally I feel as a like verb, and we say that Capricorn is I use. And if it's not animated by the soul, then I use will just be as we use the earth's resources, without giving back, without a sense of what I take, what I use is also animated with soul and with like feelings, and it's a living being. So we need to be conscious of the exchange and what we use. So that's the real sense of the Capricorn, the sign of Capricorn, to aim for the top, but with the anchoring in our own emotions, in our heart and in the soul, and feel that in others as well. So when we walk up the mountain, we are in relationship with that mountain, with that goal, all along the way to your goal, you're always in connection with everything around you. So that's important. And I don't know if that was exactly but that's what came out with these cards. And is there something else? So yeah, it's to have the inner strength also to clear out belief system that aren't serving you anymore. So you have thought patterns that goes around every day, and this moon is really like giving you strength to be able to see that now it's time to stop. Now I can have the mental clarity to say stop. I'm choosing another way to think about this. I'm choosing another way to do something about this, and that will make a change in the end, and you will have that Capricorn energy to score to achieve your goal. So, but do it with compassion, love, with the Cancer sign, like a nurturing way. It's not about like, it's about seeing clearly that this is a way that is destructive to my own health, to my own well-being, and so I'm choosing another way. Okay, just showing you the cards. And so here we have them. So a potent full moon, full of possibilities and inner growth. With that, I leave you and have a really nice whatever day, night, and I will go to bed soon. So good night.